I have hundreds of women that work for me, and I think that what's happened, this false hope is, really turned into something very different, because what I see is women that are, from their early 30s to their late 40s that are miserable because they really were fed a lie. And it goes so much further than we think. And I think as women, we have to partially take responsibility for that, because I think I was one of these women in a leadership position that was like, wait it out, it'll be fine. Guess what? It's not fine. Like, it really isn't. And it's fine if you are one of those people that doesn't want to have a baby. But for a lot of women, that isn't the case. And they've waited and they've waited and they've put their career first. And then when they've chosen to have babies, it's no longer their choice. And their frozen eggs didn't turn into embryos, and the embryos that they had didn't figure out into babies. And so I do think that we're in a position right now where, as leaders, we have a responsibility to not just talk the talk but walk the walk. You have to be honest about what it takes to be a leader and what those trade-offs are, instead of creating this narrative of false hope, because what I'm seeing is just so many women that are miserable.
That message of having a sense of false hope and being fed a lie hits deep. Many of us grew up hearing that message that we could have it all, from career to family and everything in between. But what we weren't told was the reality of how our age and other factors like our career choices could potentially impact our reproductive health. In fact, we were taught how to not have children more so than we were educated about planning for the family that we would want to have someday. And even though the conversation is shifting and we're talking about ways to be more proactive and understanding our options, like egg freezing, for example, that is not without its own limitations. The process is complex and the outcomes vary. And for some people, like if you were me 10 years ago and you're still trying to finish graduate school and establish yourself in your late 20s and early 30s, you don't have thousands of dollars to pay for this treatment, no matter how valuable it can be. So understanding those nuances is really important, as well as the fact that even though you might have this as a tool, you're not guaranteed that it's a baby that's going to kind of translate into a baby. I had a friend who did egg freezing 10 years ago, and granted, the technology isn't what it is today, but she was devastated when it came time for her to, use her eggs for IVF, and it didn't work out. And so it's one of the reasons why I recommend that anybody of a young reproductive bearing age talk to their doctor. It's time for you to take charge of your fertility health. There are simple tests that your doctor can conduct that gives you an overall picture of what your fertility health looks like. Knowledge is power, and having this information early can help you stay informed about making decisions for your future. And it's not just about planning for a family, it's about understanding your body and also the choices that are available to you.